Okay, we're going to talk about a general rule which applies to tonight's homework. If we have a function, g of x, which goes from some constant, I chose 7, to x of f of x dt, then the derivative of that function is just equal to, you just take this and drop this on in there. Boom! It's equal to f of x. Whatever that function was, you drop it in. And the other condition on this problem is that if you have it as some other function, u dt, where it's a combination of functions, you drop it in, then g prime of x, the derivative of it, is equal to f of u times u prime, in case u is a composite function. All it means is to take the derivative of the function, drop the top function in, and if it's a composite function, multiply it by the derivative. So let's try several problems and see what we get. They're very straightforward. You don't have to try to think about them. You just got to try to solve them on out. So for this function, f prime of x is going to be equal to, I'm going to drop this on in, equal to the cosine of 3x. Now the derivative of x is 1, so I can multiply it by 1, but I don't need it. I can just drop in the function that's there. That gives us the f prime of that function. For the next one, I'm going to take the x, f prime of x, I'm going to drop x into wherever t is equal to t, is equal to x squared plus 10x plus 17. This 5 is just gone. The x drops into the function wherever it needs to be. For the next one, we're going to drop the x in for t again. D dx means take the derivative. Means derivative, so I just can just do that. It's going to be tangent cubed of x. The derivative is going to be tangent cubed of x. For the next function, I'm taking the derivative again. This number is meaningless. It's going to be equal to 2 to the x. Replacing the x with the t. Now here we have something different. Instead of having x, we have x squared. We're just going to drop it in. F prime of x equals 3 to the x squared times the derivative of this function. It's like the chain rule. It's an inside function, so it's times 2x. This is the correct answer right there. For this one, we have to the 6x, so f prime of x equals the square root of 6x times 6. For the next function, same thing, we're going to drop this in for t. So f prime of x equals, and use parentheses, 1 plus parentheses 3x plus 5 squared times the derivative of this inside function, which is 3. I'm going to write the 3 out over here, because that's what I'm going to do. For the next function, f prime of x equals parentheses x to the 3rd. We just drop it in. To the 4th plus 1 to the 7th times the derivative of that top function, 3x squared. I could simplify this to x to the 7th, but I'm not going to. And now we've seen all the functions. Why have we learned to do this? Because we can use this information to learn how to take a function f of x, no matter what it looks like, and graph a function g of x based on it. We will learn that tomorrow.